This one comes from Chile. Let us begin.
Good evening, gentlemen. I've just got a quick couple of questions if you've got a moment. First up, how much do you as the pilot feel movement-wise when you fire or release any of your weapons? And secondly, how much does the aircraft movement vary with regard to the smaller or lighter loads versus bigger, heavier stuff being released? Thanks very much for your time. Good evening, gentlemen.
Oh, it's stuck in a loop.
I've just got a quick couple of questions if you've got a moment.
Sorry, the Margot Robbie question got stuck in a loop. Gonky, TBear, somebody.
Yeah, TBear, you first.
I'm so distracted right now. What?
The gun on the A-10, you feel it under your feet because it's a big, heavy piece of machinery rotating and also fairly decent amount of recoil. So you do feel that. Bombs on the A-10 are just a clunk. Maverick missiles on the A-10 is a bunch of noise. I don't really feel anything. The Sidewinder off the A-10, nothing really, just a noise. Mark 84 is off a F-16, big clunk, wings kind of shake. You know,
the Payboy 3, GB-24.
Yeah. That's kind of what I think. I mean, I think probably the most noticeable thing is the gun in the A-10.
Yeah.
I remember the first bomb. It's just a 500 pounder, just in training, and when I was in the RAG, and they never like, I don't know. It's I guess it's a non-topic, but I remember when I rolled in and when the bomb came off. I mean, it made a noise, and I for a second I was like, what happened to the wing? I looked over there, and we were all good. But yeah, the airplane, the bigger the bomb, the more you could feel it come off. And the Hornet being, all auto trim and stuff, it probably took some of the feel away that you would feel in any other airplane. But and then the gun, it's just like pulling the trigger on a chainsaw. I mean, it's in front of you, but you can feel it vibrate. And then I shot a Sidewinder, and it sounded exactly like a bottle rocket. Like exactly.
I thought when I shot it went into the water because you took off and went down. And I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah. But doesn't it sound like a bottle? I was amazed how clearly through the canopy, and it's out there on the wing, I could hear like the propellant coming out. I mean, I have earplugs in, helmet, canopy. I don't know how many feet, but I mean, it was cool. But yeah,
But then real rockets are kind of a smaller version of that. Like they're a lot more muffled.
I never shot real you shot like the Zunies.
No, 2.75s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my Finney flight, I shot rockets in the gun, all 500 plus rounds.
In the F-16?
Yeah.
You guys carried rockets in the F-16?
Avon Park. Yeah.
No kidding. That's awesome. That's one thing I always wanted to do in the Hornet was shoot rockets.
It was fun because then you can ripple them, but they would hang. That was the thing, is if you went too fast or you tried to do too many, they would hang.
How did you aim? Just with the gun reticle or
CCRP or CCIP? Either one would do it. TBear,
were they accurate?
Yeah.
Very accurate. I mean, I know the A-10, we would use the CCRP rocket delivery on it, and you could loft the rockets about 7 miles out and using the CCRP. And when you got to the target, it was obscured with rocket smoke.
Really?
It was very, very accurate.
Because it outruns you and you're just out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And the pods, you can put the pod in ripple. You could set the switch in ripple, or you could set the system. I remember one day I went out for some little firepower demo with the Army, and I had 4 rocket pods, and they were all in ripple, and they were all set to shoot at the same time. So I guess I shot 28 rockets at one time, and probably 4 of them hung up in there.
Well, TBear, even since we've been flying, I mean, in the last 10 years, the Apiquiz rocket has become a thing, and that thing is surgical. I mean, I've the only place I've experienced it obviously is DCS, but I've talked to people that have shot it, and you're talking, you go back to the CAS argument, you're talking the dude on the little moped, you're taking him out with the rocket, because for those that don't know, the Apiquiz is the 2.75 millimeter rocket with a laser tracker, and whatever your targeting pod's looking at, you're lasing, and it goes right to that dude, or gender neutral. It'll take out whatever you want.
Whoever you want.
Yeah. Whomever.
Whomever.
But it's definitely cool technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for the
retrofitted to all the old 2.75 rocket bodies you have, because it just replaces the front end.
Yeah. Really cool.